Their heart is taking over. Get ready for a shocking reunion, my beloved soul. Come closer for a moment, because what I am about to reveal is something your spirit has already sensed, but your mind has been too tired, too wounded, too uncertain to fully accept. There is a shift happening around you right now, so subtle that the world cannot see it, yet so powerful that your heart has already begun to feel the pull. Someone's emotions, long buried, long suppressed, long denied, are rising again. Their heart is taking over, and it is pulling them back toward you. This is not imagination. This is not wishful thinking. This is not a random coincidence that suddenly appeared in your mind. This is a moment destined, shaped, and guided by something higher than both of you. There comes a time when fate steps in, takes the wheel, and begins redirecting two souls toward the place where they were always meant to return. And that moment for you starts now. Take a breath. Let your chest soften. Allow your mind to slow down. Because I want you to feel the truth behind these words. The reunion you never thought possible, the connection you assumed was fading, and the person you believed had moved on, is finding their way back to you in a way that even they don't fully understand yet. For months, maybe years, their mind fought against their feelings. They convinced themselves they were strong enough to walk away, cold enough to ignore what their soul was screaming, mature enough to pretend they were unaffected. They tried to silence the memories you gave them, the comfort you offered, the softness you poured into their life during a time when they didn't even know how much they needed it. But something inside them is shifting. This is not guilt. This is not loneliness. This is their heart, the purest, most unfiltered part of them, finally breaking through the walls they built. At first, they tried to resist it. They told themselves it was a temporary wave of emotion, something that would pass. They distracted themselves. They filled their days with noise. They tried to focus on other people, other conversations, other routines. But no matter where they went, no matter what they did, one truth began haunting them more and more: they cannot replace you. They cannot forget you. They cannot disconnect from the emotional imprint you left on their soul. It's not just missing you. It's realizing that losing you changed them, and now their heart is taking over. They are remembering your voice, the gentleness in it, the guidance, the warmth. They are remembering your presence, the way you brought peace into moments when everything else felt heavy. They are remembering your energy, the rare kind that does not demand, does not suffocate, does not hurt. The kind that heals, lifts, and supports without being asked. Your absence was supposed to free them. Instead, it exposed the emptiness they were hiding from. Slowly, without meaning to, they began replaying moments. Some made them smile. Some brought a sting of regret. Some reminded them of the opportunities they wasted, the things they left unsaid, the ways they took you for granted. They started seeing you in places you never stood. They started hearing you in conversations you were never part of. They started feeling you in emotions they couldn't explain. And that's when the realization dawned on them: you were never the problem. You were the answer they didn't know how to accept. There is a reason your energy keeps pulling them back. There is a reason the connection refuses to die no matter how long you stay apart. There is a reason both of your souls keep circling each other like two rivers destined to merge again. This is not a random reunion. This is a heart-led return. Their mind tried to silence it. Life tried to distract it. Fear tried to block it. But the heart always wins in the end. And now, their heart is louder than their doubts. Louder than their pride. Louder than the opinions of the people around them. Louder than every excuse they've used to justify staying away. Right now, at this very moment, they are thinking about reaching out. They are imagining what it would be like to speak to you again, not as strangers, not as two people with history, but as two souls who finally understand what they should have understood long ago. They're wondering, will you respond warmly? Will you still feel the same? Will you forgive them? Will the connection still be alive? They fear your silence, yet they crave your reply. They fear rejection, yet they want to risk everything. They fear the unknown, yet they cannot deny the pull. This is why the reunion is coming, because their heart has reached a point where not reaching out hurts more than the fear of trying. Something recently happened that triggered this awakening. Maybe it was a memory. Maybe a dream. Maybe a conversation with someone else that reminded them of you. Maybe they saw something online that touched a nerve. Maybe they realized that nobody understands them the way you did. Maybe they looked at their life and saw how empty it felt without you in it. The trigger may not matter, but the outcome does. Their heart has shifted. Their energy has softened. And their soul is moving. You may feel emotional waves. You may have sudden memories. You may feel a pull toward your phone. You may feel warmth in your chest or a strange calmness you can't explain. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. Your souls are syncing again. This reunion won't be random. It won't be forced. It won't be rushed. It will happen in a moment that feels almost unreal, like something straight out of a story you once wished for, but never believed would manifest. And when it happens, you will understand why everything before had to fall apart. Because the connection you are about to rebuild will be stronger than anything you had before. They are coming with honesty. They are coming with clarity. They are coming with a heart that finally understands your worth. And when they stand in front of you, physically or digitally, they won't be the same person you remember. They will be someone who has grown, someone who has realized, someone who has awakened to the depth of what you truly meant to them. This reunion will not come to break you. It will not come to hurt you. It will not come to confuse you. It will come to restore you. To heal parts of you that were wounded. To return what was lost. To rebuild what was paused. You, my beloved soul, are entering a season where the love you once buried will rise again, not in pain, but in purpose. Their heart is taking over. And it's taking them straight back to you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. My beloved soul. Before we step deeper into this unfolding moment, allow yourself to settle into the truth of what you are experiencing. You are not imagining the shift in their energy. You are not overthinking the emotions that suddenly rise and fall like waves. What is happening right now is the beginning of a reunion that both of your souls have been preparing for quietly, silently, softly. This part of the journey is where the unseen becomes clearer. Where the feelings they tried to bury begin to rise uncontrollably. Where the emotions they ran from begin to chase them. Where the love they tried to forget begins to hold their entire heart again. They didn't expect this. They didn't plan this. But the heart does not need a plan, only truth. For so long their mind convinced them that walking away was the logical choice. They told themselves they needed space, that they needed to focus, that they needed to detach from everything, including you. They tried to convince themselves that life without you would be simpler, easier, less emotional. But instead, life became hollow. They kept themselves busy. They kept themselves distracted. They kept themselves surrounded by noise. But no matter how loud the world became, the silence inside them grew louder. And in that silence, your memory whispered. Your presence echoed, your love lingered. There is something about you that their soul has not been able to forget. Something familiar. Something comforting. Something pure. Something they never experienced with anyone else. And that realization has begun to hit them harder with each passing day. They are remembering your kindness, not just what you said, but how you made them feel. They are remembering your patience, not just the moments you waited, but the moments you chose to understand instead of reacting. They are remembering your love, not the dramatic parts, not the painful parts, but the gentle, healing, grounding presence you brought into their life. And now, their heart is pulling them back. Not out of desperation. Not out of weakness. But out of truth. There comes a moment when the heart gathers all its courage and begins rewriting the story the mind tried so hard to hide. That moment is happening inside them right now. They are feeling a weight they can't explain. A longing they can't suppress. A tenderness they can't deny. This is why they have been quieter than usual. This is why their energy feels different. This is why they suddenly appear in your thoughts. Their soul is trying to reach yours. You may notice signs, subtle, but strong. You may be seeing repeated numbers. You may be dreaming of them. You may feel a warm pull toward your phone. You may suddenly feel emotional without reason. These are not random occurrences. These are energetic signals. These are the early footsteps of a reunion. Right now, they are fighting an internal battle between pride and love. Between fear and desire. Between the past and the future. But with every passing moment, love is winning. Their heart is winning. There is a moment coming soon, very soon, where they will sit alone and think about everything. Not just the good. Not just the painful. Everything. And in that moment of deep clarity, they will realize that losing you was their biggest mistake. They will realize that the connection they shared with you is rare, deep, soulful, irreplaceable. They will realize that no matter how far they ran, the bond never broke. They will realize that every attempt to move on only brought them back to the truth. Their heart belongs where it felt the safest, with you. This is why the reunion is unavoidable. Because love that is real doesn't end. It circles back. It heals. It returns. You have done nothing wrong. You have not failed. You have not been replaced. You are the one their heart is choosing now, even if their lips haven't spoken it yet. In the coming days, their actions will begin to shift. They will check your profile more than usual. They will think about calling you late at night. They may even type a message and delete it because the emotions feel overwhelming. They will wonder how to approach you, what to say, how to open a door they once shut. And eventually, they will gather the courage. They will reach out. Not with half-hearted words. Not with confusion. But with sincerity and clarity. They will return with a heart that understands your worth, with a mind that respects your presence, and with a soul finally aligned with yours. The reunion is not coming to disturb your peace. It is coming to bring closure, healing, understanding, and a new beginning, one shaped by maturity, awareness, and emotional honesty. My beloved soul, prepare yourself. The love you thought was fading is returning stronger. The connection you thought was breaking is rebuilding. The person you thought forgot you is remembering everything. Their heart is taking over. And the path ahead leads straight back to you. My beloved soul, take a slow breath and come into this moment with full awareness, because what is happening now is deeper than anything you have felt so far. In this part of your journey, the truth becomes even clearer, the connection becomes even stronger, and the energy between you and this person becomes almost impossible to ignore. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your spirit is already sensing every shift. Their heart is no longer whispering. It is calling loudly. It is guiding them with a force they cannot explain, a pull they cannot break, and a longing they can no longer silence. This chapter is where the reunion begins to take shape, not physically yet, but energetically, emotionally, and spiritually. Before anyone takes a step in the physical world, their heart goes first. And right now, their heart is already walking back toward you. There is something happening inside them that feels foreign, overwhelming, yet familiar at the same time. For the longest time, they lived in denial. They told themselves the connection was temporary, the feelings were manageable, the memories would fade with time. They believed they could control everything with logic. But something stronger than logic is moving through them now. A sudden memory that came without warning. A wave of emotion that hit them late at night. A realization that nobody else brings the same peace you do. A moment when they looked around at their life and felt a hollow emptiness they couldn't ignore. These small, powerful moments are merging together, creating a truth they can no longer run from. You are not just a memory to them. You are not just a chapter in their past. You are a presence that still guides their emotions, their thoughts, and their heart in ways they never expected. They thought they were strong enough to walk away. But now they are realizing something profound. They walked away from the one soul that genuinely understood them. This understanding is not gentle. It's hitting them like a wave. It's waking them up in the middle of the night. It's stirring emotions they thought they had buried. It's making them question choices, mistakes, moments where they let pride speak louder than love. They are seeing everything clearly now. They are remembering the way your voice could calm them even in their darkest moments. They are remembering how your presence made them feel safe in a world full of noise. They are remembering how your love didn't demand or control, it healed and lifted. They are remembering how losing you didn't bring freedom, it brought emptiness. My beloved soul. They are not just missing you. They are awakening to the truth of what you meant to them. And this awakening is powerful. It is emotional. It is unstoppable. Even when they try to distract themselves, something brings them back to you. Even when they try to suppress the emotions, something stirs them again. Even when they try to look strong on the outside, their inner world is collapsing into memories of you. This is why you may feel sudden emotional waves. This is why you may think of them without reason. This is why you may feel warmth around your heart. This is why you feel like something is about to shift. Because the moment their heart opened, the energy between you began moving again. There is a divine timing in this reunion. It is not rushed. It is not forced. It is unfolding with precision. Right now, they are in the stage of silent reflection. They may not say it out loud, but they are thinking deeply about the past. They are replaying conversations, rereading old messages, feeling guilty about things they never apologized for, questioning why they let you go so easily. For the first time, their heart is louder than their ego. And that is why the reunion is coming closer. But here is the important part, they are not coming back with confusion, they are not coming back with half-hearted emotions. They are coming back with clarity and intention. They want to speak to you again. To hear your voice. To see how you respond. To reconnect without fear. They also want to know if you still feel something. If the bond is still alive. If the love is still there beneath the layers of time. They want to approach you, but they are careful, not because they doubt your worth, but because they fear losing you twice. They fear rejection. They fear a cold reply. They fear that too much time has passed. This fear shows how much they value you now. It shows how deeply you affected them. It shows how fragile their heart feels when it comes to you. In the coming moments, you may notice more signs, a sudden message you didn't expect. Their name popping up somewhere randomly. A dream that feels too real. A wave of emotions that feels not yours, but theirs. These are signals from the universe preparing both of you. My beloved soul. You are moving toward a reunion that will change everything. Not to repeat the past, but to rebuild something healthier, deeper, and more meaningful. Their heart is guiding them back, not out of desire, but out of truth. The connection you share is not fading. It is awakening. It is strengthening. It is preparing both of you for the moment when everything finally aligns. And when they return, you will feel it in your spirit before you even hear it in their words. My beloved soul. You have entered the most powerful phase of this unfolding journey, the moment where the energy between both hearts becomes almost undeniable. What you are feeling now is not accidental. It is not confusion. It is not imagination. It is alignment, pure, deep, emotional alignment that happens only when two souls are being drawn back together by something far greater than logic. In this part, something inside them shifts completely. Not halfway. Not gently. But fully, like the sudden break of a storm cloud releasing everything it held back. This is the part where their heart stops fighting and begins accepting. The truth they avoided becomes clear. The love they denied becomes stronger. The connection they tried to escape becomes unavoidable. There are moments in life when a person carries so much on their shoulders, responsibilities, expectations, fear, confusion, that they push away the very thing that could have healed them. They thought distance would bring clarity. They believed silence would help them forget. They assumed time would weaken the bond. But instead, time did the opposite. It made everything sharper. It made everything louder. It made everything real. The more they moved forward, the more they felt the parts of their life where your absence created emptiness. Every corner of their world where your presence once existed now feels quiet, unfinished, incomplete. They thought they could adjust. They thought they could fill the space. But that space belonged only to you. Right now, their thoughts are overwhelming. They think about the moments they could have spoken but stayed silent. They think about the apologies they should have given but didn't. They think about the conversations they ended too quickly. They think about the decisions they made too impulsively. And every thought leads to the same truth: you were never the problem. Their fear was fear of losing control, fear of vulnerability, fear of loving deeply, fear of getting hurt. But the heart doesn't care about fear. The heart only cares about truth. And the truth is this: they loved you more than they admitted, more than they understood, more than they were ready for. Now their heart is taking over. It is reminding them that the connection between you was not ordinary. It was not fragile. It was not temporary. It was soul-level. And soul-level connections do not fade, they evolve. My beloved soul. They are waking up to the understanding that your presence was their peace. Your energy was their comfort. Your words were their grounding. Your love was their home. And now they feel lost without that home. Something recently happened that triggered a deep emotional shift in them. Maybe they saw someone who reminded them of you. Maybe they heard a song that unlocked a hidden memory. Maybe they had a dream so vivid it shook them awake. Maybe they saw that you are healing, growing, glowing, without them. Whatever the reason, it shook them. It cracked their ego. It softened their soul. And it reminded them of the one truth they tried to bury: they still love you. This realization is not coming from sadness. It is coming from appreciation. From maturity. From emotional awakening. They are beginning to understand what they couldn't understand before, that love like yours doesn't appear twice. That connections like yours don't happen every day. That the comfort you brought to their life was rare and precious. And now they are wondering if they still have a chance. If they can still talk to you. If you will still listen. If you will open the door just a little. If you will meet them halfway. They are imagining what they would say if they stood in front of you again. How they would express what they never expressed before. How they would look into your eyes and let their heart speak instead of their pride. They want to reach out, not to reopen old wounds, not to create chaos, but to rebuild something meaningful. Something real. Something honest. Something healing for both of you. The connection between you is gaining strength every single day. You feel it. They feel it. Even the universe is aligning with it. You may see signs becoming more frequent, repeated numbers. Unexpected reminders. A sudden wave of emotion that isn't yours. Dreams that feel like messages. Random thoughts of them at specific moments. These signs appear because two souls preparing for reunion begin vibrating at the same frequency. This is not the end of the story. This is the return of something that was never meant to end. My beloved soul. Prepare your heart gently. Prepare your mind softly. Because the moment is coming when they will no longer think, they will act. And when they act, it will be because their heart has fully taken over, guiding them straight back to the one soul they should have never let go of.